Okay. All right, you guys are good. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. That was so weird. Thank you guys. The clam is over there on TikTok. Hello. Guys, please smash these likes. Give me a follow if you can. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow if you're on TikTok. Sorry, guys, on TikTok. I'm having glitches here over on the YouTubes. Thank you guys so much for coming. Let's be awesome about this lovely Monday. I hope you guys, again, had a great weekend. Make sure you smash these likes, subscribe, share the stream out with friends, and let's get to 100 likes and 100 live viewers. I'm so sorry about that audio issue. I have no idea what happened. If you guys could be so kind as to also check out our lovely sponsor, Market Cipher, you can check out the link in the live chat and in the description. Use code missteencrypto or code Zesty. Using that link, please use that link for 20% off at checkout. I got you guys covered. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I know we have a lot of fam here today. We got 3 Diglets in the chat. We got Randy here as well. Lucas said cookies. I want cookies. I have to bake more cookies. I'm craving them. Colin McKenzie, thank you for coming. I know Ozzy was here at the beginning, so shouts to Ozzy. I don't know if he's still here. John Germain, Sailing to Crypto, Bullduck, John Legend, Alexandra G, thank you so much for coming. Matthew is here as well. Anders, thank you so much. You said you're on time for once. We'll get after it, friends. Bullduck said you're eating. It's okay. Have your brekkie, have your lunch, whatever you need to do, my friend. You enjoy it. Dad Bod Baboon, thank you so much for coming. Good morning to you. No G's in the chat. Happy Monday. Mr. Strap is here as well. Michael here as well, to the moon. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. Hi, Crypto Outcast. Litecoin Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. Lisa, you're the absolute best. Much love to you. Much love to Nana. Much love to the whole entire family. We have Olive as well. Thank you for coming. Bad Boys here. Chris Hanley, Paul Christopher, MK, Olive, Arion. Whoa. This Jim Montgomery is here. All right. Drumming Science. Nice to see you. Okay. GT, Meninja. Stheko. Oh my gosh. What is happening here? So many friends. Julio, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Okay, so as long as my audio is here, is good, then I'm good. Oh, Matt, hi. Nice to see you. Flat Smack, what's up? Wow, we are picking up. We have so much fam here. Thank you so much. All right, guys, please make sure you smash these likes, share the stream out. We have 39 votes in the poll and only 28 likes. If you could be so kind as to, again, smash these likes, share the stream out. I would love to get 100 likes and 100 live viewers. We're going to get into the news today. We have breaking news, actually. Banks are going to zero. It's very interesting to see. And actually, everything that we talk about in crypto is pretty much playing out at this point. Bobby W., thank you for coming. Oh, Aiden. Thank you so much. Oh, Aiden, if you guys don't know Aiden over on TikTok, say hello to Aiden. Thank you so much for the 4 roses. I really do appreciate it, Aiden. Much love to you. I hope you're doing well, fam. All right, we're going to get after it. Guys, again, sorry for that audio issue. We're going to get after it. It's Motivation Monday, as Matt is saying in the chat. Listen, man. Things are happening. I would love to discuss them. Let's go into the charts. I want to waste absolutely no time. Bitcoin is being a little mean to us this weekend. Oh, hi, Crypto Farmer 10. Welcome to the show. What is going on with Bitcoin? We're at $28,191. According to Market Cipher, we do have some green money flow here, which is good. It's a little tad of green money flow that is actually going into red money flow, which is pretty interesting. Thank you for another 3 roses, Aiden. I appreciate you. The VWAP actually confidently went below the 0 line, which does give, I guess, plausibility, or just gives you that confirmation of, again, a little bit of a dip here. Whenever the VWAP confidently makes a move, it does reflect on the charts. We had a little bit of a pump last week. As we were talking about, we broke below our range. We hit 30K. We couldn't stay there. Then we pumped above. We had that one day where we got to $30,050. Of course, we could not maintain it. I was very upset. But it is what it is. This was a resistance point for us. Bitcoin was having a tough time at $28,425. And the banking system is going down. And of course, we're up over 70% on the new year for Bitcoin. So you really can't complain. Yesterday, we do have some news. We have the weekly here. As you could see, the weekly, we're really sideways trading in terms of the weekly. Literally, this is a new weekly candle right here. The past 3 weeks has just pretty much been sideways trading. I'm wishing for a nice little breakout, but again, it feels like this is in a little bit of an accumulation phase right now. And then we could take a look at the monthly, because yesterday was the monthly close for Bitcoin. I would love to see where we closed out at. The monthly close for Bitcoin was actually in the green at 29,174. This is kind of a key level. I mean, closing above 28.4, maybe 28.8 is pretty good. But then we're retracing on the new month. So hopefully this is a nice green month for us. It's literally only the first day into the month, and we're seeing a little bit of a dip now. Right now, Bitcoin's down 3.78%. Not terrible. I mean, I'm waiting for some more volume to come in. I've been talking about volume for a while. I need to see more. But again, this is the monthly candle chart of Bitcoin. Let's see what market Cipher is saying in terms of the monthly. We're looking pretty bullish here on the monthly. We have a lot of green money flow. We started to take a dip in money flow, but then we pumped back up. I mean, that's pretty interesting. The VWAP popped up confidently around here, which is where nap time kind of ended in January, late December. Momentum seems to be building up. Hopefully we could spike with some momentum, this blue wave right here. VWAP's really not doing much either here. Here we had a pop up. It's just kind of lingering here. All right. That's your Bitcoin closing out the monthly above $28,000 at $29,000, which is something I do like to see. I just wish for more action, guys. We love some action. I mean, listen, First Republic Bank, banks going down left and right. It's normal, man. It's normal to maybe see a retrace, but normally, you know, right here was when Signature Bank went down. All these crypto banks went down, and Bitcoin was still going up. So be cautious, guys. Please let me know in the chat. I know we have, if you're bullish on Bitcoin this week, but let me know about today. If you think we could pop up to 30K today, throw a 1. If you think we're just going to maintain this, maybe dip more, then throw a 2 in the chat. So 1 for 30K and up, and 2 for here and down. Let me know what you guys think, please. Please throw some 1s and the 2s. Thank you guys again for coming. Let's make sure we get 100 likes and 100 live viewers in the show. It would be absolutely beautiful. We're going to move on to Ethereum. Ethereum's taking a little bit of a hit too. We're below $1,900, which I'm not happy about. We're at $1,828 with Ethereum down 2.25%. Now, we are still in the green in terms of money flow on the daily, according to Market Cipher with Ethereum, which is pretty different than what we've been seeing with Bitcoin, which has been fluctuating a little bit more. Again, this is Ethereum's money flow purely in the green. Now, the VWAP popped below. We saw over the weekend, which is when we started to have a little bit of a dip here for Ethereum. It kind of does make sense. And now the momentum, man. The momentum is kind of what I'm looking at, because could this be an anchor wave, and then maybe this could be a little trigger wave formation, and then we could go upwards, or will we just keep trending downwards with this momentum? I'm just really waiting for that. I want to see more indicators. I want to see more movement in the markets. Even, you know, again, there's not that much volume coming in for Ethereum. I want more volume here, guys. What's happening? I mean, we're pretty much on point with our little channels we have right here, little ranges of where Ethereum has been trading. We were between $1,700 about Ethereum and $1,820 about Ethereum. For a while, we had resistance at $1,853 that we just couldn't pop above. We were sideways trading, and we're now revisiting that level with today's daily candle, and we were just about to touch the top of our channel right here, or our little range, at $1,819. We're currently at 1826. We're going to see what happens. I want to check out the weekly, since we closed out the weekly yesterday with the charts. All right. So last week, as you can see, which was really interesting, we barely had any movement. That's actually so funny. Barely anything happens last week. We had a little bit of volatility in between, but really not much happens in terms of just the whole week going back and forth with fluctuations with Ethereum. Now, again, trending to the top of our range here with Ethereum. This weekly candle is not looking great to start off with. But again, it's literally only Monday. Things could change dramatically. Even on the monthly, we could check out the monthly because we closed out the month. There we go. Sticking on the top of our range. Last month, again, we had a height of last month at $22,140. You guys could see that there, right? So we did have a nice month last month. We had a nice little pump, but we closed the month out at $1,868. At least it's above this range, but I ideally wanted to close the month out above $1,900 Ethereum. That would make me so happy. But unfortunately, we could not make it. We were close, but we couldn't make it. And again, we're starting off the month with a red candle here for Ethereum. Market Cipher is telling us that there's still a lot of green money flow coming in for Ethereum, and it makes sense because meme coin season is here. Altcoin season is popping off. Kerry, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. Listen, man, again, you're seeing momentum building up. Maybe this could pop up above the zero line, the momentum. But again, we're still seeing some green money flow here for ETH, which I'm happy about. We could take a look at Litecoin as well. All right, I want to see what you guys are saying in the chat, actually. I'm seeing a lot of ones. Okay, so you guys are happy. Some of you guys are in between. I got it. All right. Makes sense. Makes sense. We could take a look at Litecoin as well. Litecoin is pretty much with the market, down 2.11%. I'm going to switch over to the daily chart really quick here. There we go. And boom, here's the daily chart for Litecoin, looking absolutely beautiful. I mean, not the greatest, but I think it's beautiful because of its properties of sound money and whatnot. I was looking, as you guys, we were talking about last week, like $95 Litecoin, because this was a resistance point that we were dealing with, $94, $95, just sideways trading here. And then this candle went right from 102, bleh, right down to another resistance, like 91 bucks for Litecoin. Yes, Emily, Litecoin has been around forever, and that's why I'm talking about it, girl, 100%. I mean, listen, people slept on Litecoin. It was $65 mid-March, and it kind of pumped up back to $86. I mean, we had, again, resistance at $91. It just seems that we're still battling with. We're not having a lot of volume coming in for Litecoin. We still have a tad of green money flow, actually turning a red in terms of money flow. Momentum is building up here. Again, hopefully this could be like a nice anchor wave, some trigger waves after that to follow maybe a nice little pump with Litecoin. But I want to see $90 Litecoin again. I want to see $90 Litecoin, $1,900 Ethereum, and $30,000 Bitcoin. We could take a look at the weekly since we closed out the weekly for Litecoin yesterday. We're right below our range here. Extend my lines out a little bit. There we go. I know I edited all this stuff, but I guess TradingView did not save it. We fell below, again, our range of $90 last month. We didn't really do much, but again, we had a little height here last week of $93.92 Litecoin. But again, we couldn't hold that. We closed the week below $90 and we're starting the week below. Market Cipher is telling us that we still have some green money flow here on the weekly, which is good. The VWAP's terribly down. Maybe it makes a confident move back up. Again, Litecoin doesn't really need the rest of the market to make a move. If it wants to go up, like back to $100 right now, it absolutely could. If it wants to dip down, it absolutely could. It just doesn't need Bitcoin to really do anything from what I've seen in the past few years, not even the past few months. We could look at the monthly since we just closed that as well yesterday for Litecoin. Still in the green in terms of money flow. Oopsie. Still in the green in terms of money flow. We didn't have much going on last month. I mean, we had a little bit of volatility. Month's low for Litecoin, it was $84, and the height was $103. Is it possible that we could see that type of fluctuation this month? Probably. Again, but we're still closed. We're still opening the month below $90. So hopefully we get some action for Litecoin. All right, we have a lot more people in here. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. We got Vinny in here. Network Bits is finally here. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bruh? How you doing? Oh, Chris, thank you for the shells. Thank you for the donuts. You sent a shell. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Network Bits again is here. Vinny is here. Patrick Murphy. 28K, not too shabby. I don't think 28K is bad at all, considering the entire financial system is falling apart. No G said, what's up? Nice to see you. Sethco is here as well. Andy Rogers is here. True Duckle is here as well. Okay, that's awesome. All right. And also meme coins are pumping. Brian, nice to see you. Ola. Yes, Litecoin Lisa. Yep. Litecoin halving is in August. We're like 90 days away from the halving, right? Is it 90 days now from the halving, Lisa? Very, very soon from the Litecoin halving. Hi, Shay. Nice to see you. In the moment said hello. Nice to see you as well. John Foster. Hola. What's up? Julio said LTC being the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Might start getting traction with Bitcoin hits 6 digits. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, listen, people, I think Litecoin's underrated, bro. Just gonna state the facts. Just gonna state the facts. Number 6, nice to see you. Thank you. Plumbers in the house. Oh, nice to see you. What's up? All right, Sal said 90 days from the Litecoin halving. Is it 90 days? Was I on target with that? I think it's 90 days. I could get the Litecoin halving countdown. Litecoin halving 2023 countdown. Let me get it. I think it's right here. 93 days until the Litecoin halving. 93 days, 21 hours. So 92 days. So just under 93 days until the Litecoin halving. That's pretty exciting. Ooh. Oh. Thank you, Lisa, for the information in the chat. 45 days after 6/17, Litecoin. Okay, got it. Thank you. You're the best, Lisa. Much love to you. Okay. First Republic. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. It's not funny. It's actually insane what's happening right now in terms of the financial system. It is falling apart. The regional banks, all of the banks going, crumbling, worrying. First Republic Bank. Oh boy. We were talking about the craziness that is the traditional financial system for a while now. Banks, for a while now, have been having trouble. Silicon Valley Bank, done. Signature Bank, taken. First Republic is one of the biggest banks. It's the third major bank failure of the year. Within the first quarter, it was revealed that First Republic Bank lost roughly 40% of their deposits. Again, only within the first quarter. You then had the 11 largest banks in the nation inject $30 billion in deposits to First Republic. It was not enough to save it. It was not enough to save First Republic Bank. First Republic Bank is now taken over by the FDIC and sold to JP Morgan. And the actual First Republic Bank stock was halted, again, we talked about it last week, 9 times. And because of what's happening with the First Republic Bank, the stock is now 0. So if you go to look at First Republic stock, it is 0. Bank stocks went to 0. First Republic Bank stock went to 0. As you can see, it tells you that the banks are not reliable. But what can you rely on? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. There's no bank run on Bitcoin. You own your Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin is in your wallet and you control when, where, and how you spend it. It's not going to be halted. Your money is not going to be taken away from you. And Bitcoin is still trading at $28,000. It didn't crash to 0 like the banks did when they have trouble. Bitcoin is unstoppable. And now we're really seeing, again, why we need to be our own bank, because the banks right now, you cannot rely on them. First Republic Bank, again, is taken over by the FDIC and sold to JP Morgan in the third major bank failure of the year. We did not see any of the bidding. We did not know who wanted to get involved with this. Of course, we are literally left in the dust. Again, the FDIC announced simultaneously Monday morning it had seized the bank that JP Morgan, Chase, the largest bank in America, would be purchasing substantially all of the bank's assets and deposits. A spokesperson for the Treasury Department sought to reassure markets and the public after First Republic, with $229.1 billion in total assets at the time of closure, eclipsed Silicon Valley at $209 billion at the time of closure. Ooh.
What's your comment on meme craziness?
Zero Dune, I got you in a minute. Thank you so much. I got you in a minute. Thank you so much. Quote, the banking system remains sound and resilient, and Americans should feel confident in the safety of their deposits and the ability of the banking system to fulfill its essential function of providing credits to family and businesses and families, the spokesperson said in a statement. Again, First Republic lost about 40% of its deposits within the first quarter of the year. Amid rising interest rates and the failures of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature, a growing cohort of depositors sought to move their money from banks seen as safer and offering more attractive returns. First Republic was most affected by the trend. As of mid-March, about 70% of deposits were uninsured, according to the Bank of America, meaning they were larger than the FDIC's $250,000 guaranteed limit. This is ridiculous. And again, $30 billion was infused from 11 peer banks in mid-March, and it couldn't stop from Silicon Valley from falling over 90% in the new year, my friends. It's ridiculous. And in addition to the uninsured deposits, First Republic will also be carrying many loans with fixed long-term interest rates that have begun to lose value as the Federal Reserve has repeatedly hiked its benchmark rate. First Republic said in a press release last week it was seeking help to reshape its balance sheet after the massive deposit flight. It's actually ridiculous. And they were saying that First Republic was looking to sell up to $100 billion of loans and securities to restructure its balance sheet. Incredible.
We need the banks to cash out the bit ones.
Thank you for your $10 super chat, 3 Diglets. I appreciate you so much. Listen, the banks are in trouble. We know the banks are in trouble. Listen, again, First Republic Bank, you've been on watch out for First Republic Bank. And if you look at the mainstream media will tell you everything's okay and there are no bank runs. People forget very quick. Silicon Valley Bank was shut down out of nowhere, collapsed out of nowhere, and people were left on the streets wondering what to do because they couldn't put food on their table that weekend. They then had to go wait outside the banks and see what kind of cash they could even give you. SVB stock, of course, crumbled. You then have, again, First Republic that followed all of this. First Republic people knew was in trouble for a long time, but no one wanted to light up the flame under people to say that, hey, maybe your money isn't safe in the TradFi system. Thank you, Bulldog. Now people have to realize that maybe their stuff isn't safe in the traditional financial system and that they have to make a move as to where to put their money. First Republic Bank, people didn't even know that roughly 40% of their deposits were lost within the first quarter of this year. People didn't know that the 11 largest banks in the nation injected $30 billion in deposits to First Republic. Never mind the largest bank in the nation now having to take First Republic because it actually had to go. They had so many things trying to, again, the $30 billion in deposits. They wanted to restructure their balance sheet. They were looking for help. Nothing was enough to save it. This is one of the largest banks, First Republic Bank. Where do we go from here? How safe is the traditional financial system in general if we're worrying about this bank going down and JP Morgan taking it? Now, if all these big banks acquire the smaller banks, then we're all trapped within a smaller financial system, which includes more control. Are those banks even safe? We don't know, guys. There's no transparency in the traditional financial system to let you know that your deposits are there, to let you know that you could get your money whenever you want. At least you know with Bitcoin that it's going to be there for you. First Republic Bank a month ago, people thought everything was okay. And then last week, the stock was halted 9 times in one day. And now the First Republic Bank stock is at zero. Zero. Bitcoin is still, again, at $28,000. You cannot halt Bitcoin. You can move, sell, receive, trade your Bitcoin whenever you want, no matter where you are in the world, permissionlessly. Absolutely ridiculous what's going on right now. Absolutely ridiculous. Bulldog, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. You're an angel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you liked the gift that popped up when it had the gifts and everything. I hope you enjoyed that. And also, I'm going to answer Zero Dune. He wants my thoughts on the meme craziness. We could talk about the meme craziness a little bit. I was going to save it for later, but the meme craziness is crazy. Look at PEPE today, up 17%. It was up like 53%, but it seems like we're taking a little bit of a dip here with PEPE. Man, guys. Man, what's going on with PEPE? I think the meme craziness is cool. I think it's just showing because PEPE has done astronomical numbers. Its market cap is ridiculous. Meme coins popping off like this and the mainstream media not even covering it means that we're doing something right. Because if the mainstream media covered it, they would be like, oh, all these smaller people are making money. While the hedge funds are still literally looking at things like First Republic Bank that went to zero. Think about it, guys. Bank stocks are going to zero, and meme coins are flying and making people actual crazy amounts of wealth. The future lies in the actual free and decentralized market. Again, if you jump into these meme coins like PEPE, of course you're going to know that there's going to be volatility. You know that you could either make extreme gains or you can crash and burn. But at least you're able to make that decision and deal with the consequences of it on your own. But if it was in the traditional markets like a stock, it would be halted. Oh no, it's moving too much. Either way, the people, the consumers have to be protected. No, this is an actual free market. And that's why, again, the mainstream won't cover it because the hedge funds aren't making the money off of it. The hedge funds, the big people, aren't making the money off of PEPE. Everyday people like us, I'm not saying me specifically, are making the money off of PEPE. Unfortunately, I think I missed it. But I don't know. Pepe could still have another run in it. But these meme coins, it's so special because, again, it shows that a free market, we could do anything. We can make our own markets. We don't have to deal with the traditional thinking. If you thought as a traditional investor and you were looking at Pepe and saying this thing has no utility, it has billions of coins in circulation. I think it's a max supply is like billions of coins. At least, maybe as a sound investor, maybe, this isn't quote unquote by the book, the best investment. But if you're in crypto, then you never know what can happen. Everything that's traditional kind of goes out the window when it comes to crypto. And that's good because you need something different. You need to wake people up and say there's different ways to make money. There's different ways to transact, and there's a different way to create a market that, again, is free, an actual free market. No one's halting Pepe. No one's halting Bitcoin. And you know what? You actually get to own it. You have your Pepe in your wallet. That's it. No one can take it from you. Tom Crown, nice to see you. Red Putz, what's up? Olive, no shade on Pepe. I got you, fam. Education is key. Yeah. Listen, again, if you want to degen into Pepe, then you degen into Pepe. But if you don't, you don't. Then that's fine. I think either way, you're fine. But you have to do your own research, and at least you're able to choose if you want to invest in it. And Pepe's doing all of this without major centralized exchange listings. It's doing this purely based on community, which is so different. And it reminds me of, again, you look back to 2020. 2020, these grocery store coins were popping off. Uniswap was popping off. SushiSwap was popping off. A bunch of these things were popping off. And that eventually led to altcoin season, eventually led to the NFT bull market, and then Bitcoin, obviously the bull market there. This reminds me of then. These little coins popping off now, it shows the power that people have. It might be very upside down if you're coming from it as traditional finance. Oh, this thing has billions of coins in circulation. It has no use case. But if it has a community, it goes somewhere. Tom Crown, nice to see you. He's calling me Lil Mama in the chat. I'm so dead. Thank you. Big Dog in here. Remember, there are people on both sides of the trade. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ken said Pepe. Absolutely, Ken. Get after your Pepe if you choose to Pepe. Crypto, nice to see you as well. All right, guys. Again, MK, it's nice to see you. There's a lot of cool people in here. MTC, Tom Crown, I can't with you, dude. Abominable, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Hector, again, JP Morgan might be at risk too. That's what I'm saying, Hector. People think like, oh yeah, this bank bought this bank, everything's fine. It was like when FTX was buying all these small companies. Everyone thought FTX was on top of the world. And then FTX actually went down, crashed, and burned. So again, do you really think these bigger banks are okay just because they're buying the smaller banks? How do you know they're okay? You don't. How do you know that these purchases were made with this amount of money, or this money was injected here and injected where? In the traditional financial system, you don't see any of it. You don't see nothing. It's really insane. It's really insane. SSJ3, thank you for coming. FTX should have taught everyone a lesson. Yeah, it was completely fraud. It was terrible practices. But I mean, what's really going on in the traditional financial system? I mean, if we knew what was really going on in TradFi, would we really be like messing around and having our money in there at all? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Guys, let's make sure we smash these likes. Let's get 100 likes and 100 live viewers. That would be absolutely amazing. We somehow have 85 votes in the poll, but only 68 likes on the video. So let's make sure we pump it up a little bit. Let's pump it up. Got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. James ZPT said, what just happened to Bitcoin, MTC? What did just happen to Bitcoin? Bitcoin's still pretty much the same as when we started here, my friend. Everything's okay with Bitcoin. We're at $28,200. We're still in the green as of the new day. We're still in the red as of the new day, my friend. Not too much is going on. Again, watch out for TradFi, bro. TradFi is falling apart. Joey's on TikTok said he's prepared to buy one whole Bitcoin. Update, please, on how low you think it will fall. I can't tell you that. I'm never giving you financial advice. I'm not telling you where Bitcoin is going. I'm telling you about the right now and what's happening in the world. You could choose when and where you want to buy your Bitcoin, my friend. Avo, thank you for saying smash the likes. Mark Smithson, what is crypto? Can we start at the beginning? I'm dead. You're funny, man. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. We got Venmo here. Crypto transfers are coming in May. We know PayPal, I think, enabled their deposits and withdrawals recently. But now, of course, Venmo is hopping in on that as well. Venmo customers will be able to transfer their crypto to friends natively on the app and will also be able to move their digital holdings to external wallets and exchanges according to a statement from PayPal. External transfers will be subject to network fees, and the 4 accepted cryptocurrencies will be Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. We love our Litecoin, our ETH, and our Bitcoin. PayPal will bring this feature, which is likely which has been available again since June 2022. But again, you haven't been able to withdraw your crypto. I always tell people, if you're going to buy crypto, make sure you could withdraw it. Now, again, if you're going to go buy on Venmo coming up, then you'll be able to withdraw it. And now there's 90 million Venmo users that will have the ability to send or receive crypto. This is a massive amount of people. Listen, there's only 84 million Litecoin to ever exist. There's 21 million Bitcoin to ever exist, and there's 90 million people on Venmo. Now, PayPal's general manager for blockchain, crypto, and digital currencies, Jose Fernandez de Ponte, said I like that, like Fernandez de Ponte. I feel like that sounds so I love that name. He said he welcomes competition from players such as MoonPay and Robinhood Connect, which is another fiat to crypto on-ramp, which was launched by the financial services company on Thursday. So they are welcome competition. They said they're in competition, but they said that's the beauty of the markets. They're competitive. He says, I'm a competitive person and I want to beat the people in the market. I like what they're talking. He said he was excited about the potential of NFTs, stablecoins, and digital identity. This year, he reiterated his interest in NFTs, specifically saying he thinks, quote, the rumors about the death of NFTs has been greatly exaggerated. And he has enough gray hair to have been through a couple of these winners. So Venmo is very bullish on Bitcoin. Listen, man, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't Venmo be bullish on Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, NFTs? Because they know it's the future. They know that if payment processors don't allow you to buy crypto, send and receive crypto through the platform, and even withdraw to your external wallets, that they will be left behind. So smart move on Venmo's part. In addition, like I said, Venmo has 90 million users. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. There's only 84 million Litecoin. Imagine all these people start buying crypto. There'd be a huge run right there. Huge run on the cryptos. We got MasterCard doubling down on crypto as well. Blockchain efforts with new offering. I will talk about MasterCard because it's relevant. But again, watch behind the scenes at what they're into over at the MasterCard. They're looking to create infrastructure necessary to better attest blockchain transactions, as regulation around the sector is a work in progress. Called MasterCard Crypto Credential, the effort would define verification standards and offer technology needed for various use cases around the segment. Central banks and financial institutions have sought to address security and compliance vulnerabilities as the scope of blockchain has evolved. Says Raj, the MasterCard's head of crypto and blockchain, wrote in a blog on the company's website. Quote, but to fully implement these rules and build a scalable use case, we need a way for trusted, compliant, and verifiable interactions to take place on public blockchain networks. The level of verification needed for someone to receive an NFT differs greatly from the authentication required to transfer digital assets to and from crypto wallets. MasterCard Crypto Credential would provide straightforward aliases to help people have easily shared wallet addresses, MasterCard added in the blog post. And they also want to utilize Cipher, which is an intelligence firm acquired in 2021, to verify addresses and support compliance with cross-border transactions. So they've partnered up with Aptos, Ava Labs, which is Avalanche, Polygon, and Solana Foundation to bring MasterCard's new offering to app developers. We're going to see how this works out, but Visa already knows that they're working on the card deals and everything like that. A lot of fun went around that MasterCard, Visa, they were going to time out of crypto. But of course, that's not going to happen because you know that the New York Fed pilot program has been going on. And they launched a 12-week pilot program all the way back in November, which we really haven't heard much of. But if you guys, again, do remember, the New York Fed launched a 12-week CBDC pilot program. And of course, MasterCard was involved. BNY Mellon, Citi, HSBC, PNC Bank, TD Bank, Truist, US Bank, Wells Fargo, and a bunch more. So again, there's bullish news coming out. We know they're going to want to get involved in crypto. We know this is inevitable. However, you have to take a look at the back burner and what's going on behind the scenes. Really, really interesting on what's going on right now. Now, the crypto crackdown is continuing here in the States, unfortunately, my friends. Unfortunately. We have 81 likes. That's beautiful. So we're almost at 100. Let's go, guys. All right. Oh, James EBT said, question MTC, what's the safest hot wallet? I mean, listen, if you get pretty much one of the popular standard hot wallets, and they're all safe. What you just have to make sure you do is you keep your private keys, like those 12 to 24 recovery phrases. That is like your key to everything. So make sure if you have those, you write those down on a separate piece of paper and you'll be safe. So like Trust Wallet, Exodus, Edge Wallet, CoinMe, there's so many out there. Cake Wallet is really great. You can spend your crypto using that app as well. So many great wallets out there. So definitely, I hope those help you. Crypto Surfer, thank you for coming. We have Kenny in the chat. Tweety Pie said, quote from Janet Yellen. Oh, yeah, some banks are more equal than others. I'm dead. I am dead. It's crazy how how they standardize everything with the banks. Colin McDonald is here as well. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Roland is here. I don't know if I said hi to you yet, Roland. Okay. Oh, Crypto Experiences by Geronimo is here. Raw Blog News, thank you for coming. You have Bitcoin on Cash App. You want to transfer it to Robinhood. Do they have a wallet? You should be able to transfer it to Robinhood. You should be able to get a receiving address on Robinhood and send from Cash App if you wanted to do that. You should be able to. All right. And Mark McElroy said, is Coinbase wallet safe? I mean, I guess it's okay. I really don't use Coinbase wallet. I know people have had a little bit of have some issues with it. I would recommend getting a different wallet. Like if you want. I mean, I heard Coinbase wallet is okay, but step outside the bubble, man. Like, step outside. Des said a quick hello. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. All right, back into the news. The news. CoinMe subsidiary and CEO fined $4 million by SEC over UP token offering. This is actually crazy. This was a Bitcoin kiosk company called CoinMe, and they agreed to pay nearly $4 million to settle charges by the SEC. Over what? Unregistered securities. When is this going to end? I'm so sick of hearing this. Again, it was named in the order for allegedly running a crypto fundraiser known as an ICO in 2017 for their UP token, and they accused the parties of making false and misleading statements concerning the demand for UP token and the amount raised in the offering. The SEC alleged UP Global worked to obtain UP token supply that would substantially reduce CoinMe's need to purchase UP token following the ICO. And to settle the charges, they agreed to pay $3,520,000 in penalty, while CoinMe agrees to pay a separate $250,000 in penalties and then another $150K. According to the regulator. This is really sad because Bitcoin ATMs like CoinMe are very, very special. They're very important. We need Bitcoin ATMs. There's just so much going on, and they're trying to come after everyone for unregistered securities. But what ends up happening when there's so many crackdowns like this? The SEC telling everyone that they have to basically go away and that you can't operate here. You can't do this here. You can't do that. Everyone's going to go overseas. Bittrex left the United States. Coinbase even threatening to leave the United States. They got licensing in Bermuda to even do a derivatives exchange. Gemini, another huge exchange, saying that they might go elsewhere outside of the U.S. to be able to have more flexibility. We already know Binance is the largest or number one crypto exchange by volume. They're in so many jurisdictions all around the world in so many countries because they're open to crypto. Whereas in the United States, we can't really even have Binance. Binance US, I heard, doesn't have that much on it. I don't even have Binance US because I'm stuck in New York, which is even worse. It's just such a shame because we want innovation to stay here. Why? Because the dollar dominance is diminishing every single day. Inflation, the past few years, between 2020 and 2021, over 40% of our money supply in circulation was printed. Trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars being printed over the years that we can't control. Our $1 can't even buy a quarter as much as at the grocery store as it used to. Other countries are now fleeing the US dollar and telling their citizens not to hold it anymore. And on top of that, other countries are trading without the US dollar. Russia and China, over 70% of their trades are in the yuan or the ruble, not even the US dollar. This is bad for the dollar. What could help bring the dollar back to glory? Innovation. Let crypto build here. Even stablecoins are trying to crack down on stablecoins, which could literally cause hyperdollarization. If the dollar is accessible via digital currency, then many more people would use the dollar versus them cracking down on crypto and pushing it away and lowering the accessibility for people to enter the dollar ecosystem. Dollar dominance is diminishing, and I know that's what they're trying to protect, but it's not going to work. Especially because, again, we have bank runs. First Republic bank stock went to zero. They lost 40% or more of their deposits within the first quarter of this year. The stock was halted 9 times in one day. The traditional financial system is crumbling. But Bitcoin, again, is sitting at $28,000. You don't have to worry about sitting outside the bank to get your Bitcoin or your fiat. If you have your Bitcoin stored in your wallet, again, it's money that can't be taken away from you. Why is so much going on where people just don't see that? Why don't people see that their money is not safe? It's because of the lack of education. It's because maybe the mainstream media won't even tell you, which they won't, because as of last week, everything was fine in the traditional financial system. The bank runs, what bank runs? Now First Republic, again, the stock is at zero. Where's the protection? Where's the SEC investor alert? Guys, maybe let's stop investing in the banks. Let's maybe take our money out of the banks. No. Let's just let one bigger bank acquire First Republic, and then everyone's going to be stuck in the same 4 banks and even more control. Genius. Absolutely genius. Bitcoin is the answer. That's all I know. Sorry, I went on an absolute tangent right now. All 90 of you lovely people are watching me rant. But I mean it in the best way, that we really need to do more education. We need to be able to, again, have money that belongs to us. Dave Digital, thank you for encouraging others to press the like button. Thank you. Ilya, hi, nice to see you. Yeah, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Lisa said Venezuela is like the USA. Listen, man, like, I hope not. It doesn't get to that point where in Venezuela, they literally have their cash sitting on the streets. People in other countries are actually making purses and jewelry type things out of their fiat dollars because they're worthless. Other countries, people are burning down banks because they can't get access to their money. In France, they stormed and raided the European Stock Exchange Euronext. BlackRock in Paris got raided by protesters. People are distraught in other countries because money is being pulled from under them. Whether that's France, where they're raising the retirement age, there's no control. Nothing in your life is guaranteed. Even JP Morgan, that took over First Republic Bank, the CEO, Jamie Dimon, said, hey, why not let's just propose this idea to seize private property for climate? Because, yeah, your property is not worth anything. We need your property for climate. Your property, your actual land, is not guaranteed to you. What piece of property is actually guaranteed to you if you own it and it's in your wallet? Bitcoin. I can't preach it enough, my friends. I cannot. Thank you for your love over here on TikTok. Wolf Dude, thank you so much. Cracker, thank you for coming. And Chris, fearmongers. Exactly, fearmongers. That's what it is. But again, it's like they want to scare you about Bitcoin. Oh, crypto's so bad, it's so volatile. But the banks are more volatile than Bitcoin. And that's the truth. Our friend in the chat, Tyler, says, I have 9,000 shares of First Republic. What's going to happen moving forward? Think I will get my money back out of it? I bought some dips last week, Thursday and Friday. Look at people like Tyler, poor freaking Tyler out here, who bought 9,000 shares of First Republic. But because the market isn't a free market, and he could even cash out at $1 before it went to zero, he's beat with 9,000 shares. Friend, I don't even know what happens, Tyler, if someone wants to give clarity as to what happens. I know JP Morgan is now taking over First Republic Bank. But what is this? Poor Tyler, 9,000 shares of First Republic. He couldn't even cash out $1 before it went to zero. That is ridiculous. Even for our friend Jim, I don't know if Jim is in the chat today, our Belgian friend, but there's another crypto platform. So CoinMe is getting little rated over here. And then Belgian crypto platform Bit4You suspends operation after coin loan halt activity. Belgian crypto trading platform Bit4You has suspended all operations, including withdrawals, and amid an insolvency investigation of one of its key partners. The company explained the freeze in a blog post claiming it was necessary action to protect the platform users and citing regulation against CoinLoan, a partnering cryptocurrency loan. They said, we would like to inform you that we recently learned one of our major service providers, Estonia-based CoinLoan, no longer had required registration as a custodian of virtual currencies. This is really, really scary. A Bit4You claims as of April 26, they had no indication that virtual currencies held on behalf of our customers with CoinLoan would not be recoverable. So this, again, is why you need to be your own bank. You don't know what regulations are going to come where, and you need to be able to, again, keep your crypto off of the exchanges. Now, like I was referring to before about dollar dominance going down, Syria urges BRICS to lead in ditching the dollar, talks yuan adoption with China. BRICS nations lead effort to abandon, again, the U.S. dollar in international segments, according to the president of Syria. At a meeting with China's top diplomat for the region, the leader of the war-torn Middle Eastern country has called for using the Chinese yuan for cross-border trade. Confrontation with the U.S. and the West, in general, has been taking place mainly in the economic field, and it makes it increasingly necessary to ditch the dollar for global transactions. Per President Bashar Assad of Syria was quoted by saying by Sana, the Syrian state-controlled news agency. Assad emphasized that the BRICS bloc, through the adoption of the Chinese yuan for trade transactions between nations, can play a leading role in that regard. He made the comments during a meeting with the Chinese government's special envoy for the Middle East, Zai Jun, whom he received on Saturday. The Syrian leader also praised the Chinese mediation that resulted in the rapprochement between Saudi Arabia and Iran, both of which are applying for membership in BRICS. So again, Saudi Arabia and Iran want to be a part of BRICS. You don't know if you want that, friends. He believes the improvement of their relations will be positively impact the stability of the entire region. Again, they want to ditch the U.S. dollar. They said it's a battle against terrorism, external forces, and whatnot. And Chinese diplomacy has been quite active in the region and beyond attempt to expand the influence of the People's Republic on a global stage. And China initiated talks about the enlargement of BRICS and has been trying to promote the use of the yuan in international trade while supporting efforts to reduce the dependence of the U.S. currency. The dollar dominance is going down, but Bitcoin is still doing beautiful. We are starting to have a little bit of a move with Bitcoin. We're at 28,356, so that's good. Ninja's here. Nifty guy said, sheesh. Yes, let's sheesh. This is actual sheesh moments. Brokoshi, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. All right. Tyler, you said you got in First Republic at 550. Got it. All right. Hopefully, listen, I hope you have a resolution of some sort. Two for one. Said, unfortunately, the majority of people alive right now will never understand or realize Bitcoin's value or proposition. I think they will soon, because if banks close, then all of a sudden, money is going to become an everyone issue. All the people that say that, oh, this doesn't affect my daily life, your daily life will get affected really soon when your favorite bank closes. And then on top of that, your bank closes, then it gets acquired by another bank. But what if that goes down? And what if they say you can only use a certain amount of your money? What if they say, oh, you have to go get cash from the bank? What happens then? What happens then? There is no answer. Oh, Bulldog. Thank you for gifting another 10 memberships. I appreciate that. Guys, press the allow gift button so you could get a membership. Click it, click it, click it. And please, my friends, if you are a member, please show off your new member emojis. Show it off. Love them. Enjoy them. Soak it all in. Be a zesty member. Throw your amazing emojis in there. Oh my gosh, we're starting to pump a little bit with Bitcoin. 28,000. Oh, we just hit 28.4. What just happened? All right, guys. I don't know what's happening. Let's degen. Let's go to the minute. We're starting to run a little bit with Bitcoin the past few minutes. Hopefully we could just retest this. We need above 28.4, 28.5. Yo, Justin, thank you for coming. Lazarus, what's up? The JD Club, hi, nice to see you. Again, please make sure if you are a member, throw in your emojis in the chat. We got 104 likes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get 120 likes, guys. That would make me so happy. We have 132 votes. So then let's get 130 likes on the YouTube video. Luck TV, thank you for coming over there on TikTok. I appreciate it. All right. Let's get after it. I'm so excited right now. All right. We're going to continue to get after it and talk more about the news and everything right now. But this is scary. The dollar dominance is going down. Nothing is guaranteed to us, my friends. Absolutely nothing. Now, we are going to take a gander at Nigeria. Now, we know that Nigeria... Oh.
Hipper, if you could only select 5 crypto to exist, which ones would you choose?
Thank you for your $10 super chat. I appreciate it, 3 Diglets. 5 crypto assets to ever exist. I don't know. That's a really difficult one. Because I feel like I'm going to get hate. I don't think I could say 5. What I could say as 3, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and ETH, I think are very important. So that's 3. I think a 4th one could be Digibyte because I very much enjoy Digibyte. It's proof of work, finite supply, 5 different algorithms, all that beautiful stuff, a lot of security on Digibyte. And I think... I don't know. What's the 5th one? I mean, I have a Doge emoji in my chat. I mean, I like Doge because, again, it's proof of work. It's merge mine with Litecoin. If you mine Doge, you mine Litecoin. And if you mine Litecoin, you mine Doge. So I guess those are 5, right? War Player, what's up? Nice to see you. Arion, Paul, Randomness. Felipe said, you're a new follower and got a gift. Thanks, and I'll be following all notifications. Thank you so much, Felipe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Demola said, Nigeria, what happened in Nigeria? I will tell you what happened in Nigeria. So Nigeria, oof. What they wanted to do was introduce their e-Naira, which is their central bank digital currency. Now, they started doing this months ago where they introduced their central bank digital currency, and to force people to use it, they were saying you could only withdraw as an individual $45 per day at the ATM. If you do more, then you get a fee. If you're point of sale, if you're buying something, you can only do a max of $45 in cash in Nigeria. People wanted to get their cash, so they tried to go to the banks, and the banks were not there for them. So they started to riot in Nigeria because of the banks. Furthermore, they then said that your paper money is no longer legal tender. The only legal tender is the e-Naira. That is scary. So people in Nigeria now lost the majority of their business because they don't have accessibility to the new CBDC. And again, they're even more broke than before, which is absolutely horrible and it's devastating. I will go over into the new news. Tyler, thank you so much for that $10 super chat. That literally looks like me in my chair right now. That's actually hilarious. Like, rrr. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, it's all control. That's what it is. Now, they may allow asset-backed tokens, but not crypto because they hate crypto over in Nigeria. Their SEC is going after it. Regulators in Nigeria. Felipe, thank you for subscribing. Regulators in Nigeria are considering licensing digital exchanges that deal in tokens backed by assets such as equity, debt, and property, but no plans to permit crypto trading. Now, I don't even want to try that one. The head of Securities and Investment Services at the SEC in Nigeria told Bloomberg of the plan, saying, "We always like to start as a regulator with very simple, clear proposal before we go into complex ones. They already begun processing applications for digital exchanges, and the Nigerian central bank has for some time restricted crypto trading in the country. And in February 2021, it urged banks to close accounts tied to crypto activities." Now, again, we know that they were going over again the tokenized equity. They wanted property, but they didn't want crypto trading. But by the 10th month, they should be able to make a determination whether to register the firm, extend the incubation, and everything like that. So we're going to have to see who they allow to actually go into this. Now, again, riots erupted in Nigeria because of the scarcity of cash. No one's talking about this. Yeah, sure, they want to do crypto assets backed by nothing, right? But what about these poor people that are outside the banks waiting for their money? No one's talking about that. What about them? What about these people that literally got robbed of their wealth? Oh, you had cash? That's not legal tender anymore. A lot of people in Nigeria don't even have access to phones and internet. So how do you expect their wealth to be in a digital currency, right? That really doesn't work unless you have a digital wallet, because Bitcoin, right? If you look at Bitcoin, people all over Africa and other places in the world are using Bitcoin using not even smartphones. So you don't even need the internet to connect and use Bitcoin, Satoshis, Lightning Network, whatever. But CBDCs, they leave all these people in the dust where they're waiting outside, rioting, and they want their money back from the banks. Again, people rioted, bank ATMs blocked roads in 3 Nigerian cities as anger spilled all over the streets just days before their general election. Upsetting. And this was in February, this article, just so you know. So this has been going on since February and way before that all of this has been going on. Rusty Bot. Yeah, a lot of people, again, waiting outside because they know they cannot withdraw. Unfortunately. It's really sad, honestly. It's really sad. What I also, the European Central Bank, my friends, the European Central Bank, talking about CBDCs. Take a look at this. The European Central Bank molds decentralized settlement for wholesale financial markets. The European Central Bank wants its centralized financial settlement system to better interact with distributed ledger technology as it seeks to keep pace with the tech developments in the markets. They ponder whether to issue a retail central bank digital currency for use by regular traders and citizens, but it also wants to use blockchain tech in a wholesale financial transaction. So again, central bank digital currency, I'm going to pull up a clip that we know of very soon. The central banks that use the euro currency, known collectively as the euro system, are, quote, to look into how wholesale financial transactions recorded on distributed ledger technology platforms could be settled in central bank money. The ECB is convening an industry group to help, it said. The announcement reflects its interest in the technology, and Euroclear, again, a Brussels-based firm that specializes in clearing and settlement, is set to release a new DLT-based bond trading shortly and forge the crypto arm of the French bank Societe Generale. Sounds so fancy. Introduce the coin-avertible stablecoin pegged to the euro. So what they're going to do with this Euroclear stuff is they're going to be doing settlements and stuff, but it is over the blockchain, but it's going to be in a CBDC. Just so you know. Quote, we already have a wholesale CBDC, a digital infrastructure that allows banks to make interbank payments. We are now assessing whether the technology which we use, the central technology operated by the euro system, needs to be updated to be more easily interoperable with intermediaries that might be adopting distributed ledger technology. So they're saying we already have this. And listen to the president of the European Central Bank talking about the control and talking about when this central bank digital euro could be happening.
Well, I have a question about, I'm also a good user of electronic money. So my question, you're introducing the electronic euro, as I know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How can switching to an electronic currency help?
Well, 2 things. Number 1, it will be decided in October. So we are preparing the
October, friends, watch out for October.
Ground. We want to be ready. We want to be trained, but it will not be decided until October 23.
Which is already, we know that's a fib because of my next link that I will bring up.
The reason I'm personally convinced that we have to move ahead is a situation like the one we are in now. We are dependent on the supply of gas by a very unfriendly country. I don't want Europe to be dependent on an unfriendly country's currency. For instance, I don't know, the Chinese currency, the Russian currency, the whatever. Or dependent on a friendly currency, but which is activated by a private corporate entity.
Private corporate entity. This is not what we want.
Like, Facebook or like Google or anybody like.
I'm a user of Bitcoin too, so I had bought it when it started, and I hope that it also will work through the special system. And I know there are many protests in Europe against the electronic euro. What is the reason?
It's the beauty of Europe. It has different positions. If you ask in Northern Europe, for instance, in the Netherlands, they're quite happy to see the e-euro coming. If you ask a young German man, he'll say, yeah, fine. As I said, I don't want Meta, Google, or Amazon to suddenly come up with a currency that would take over the sovereignty of Europe. I don't want a foreign currency to become the currency of trading within Europe. So we have to be ready.
No, the problem is they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to.
Yeah, but you know what? Now we have in Europe this threshold above 1,000 euros. You cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the gray market. So you take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail. But
that's ridiculous. Just complete and utter control. That's what it's all about. And we know, oh yeah, they're thinking about the central bank digital currency right now. And this video was on April 6th that this came out. How funny is it that this discussion paper from the Bank of England talking about the future of money has been around since March 2020? bankofengland.co.uk. You guys can look it up yourselves. March 2020, central bank digital currencies, the opportunities, challenges, and design. Guys, everything is right in front of you. Everything is right in front of you. Right in front of you. If you take a look. Okay, the European Central Bank talking about CBDCs, the digital euro. Maybe it'll happen by October. We don't know. We're hiring people. We're just looking around. We're still doing our research. But why is that a lie? Because the central bank digital currency discussion paper from the Bank of England has been around since March 2020. Central bank digital currencies are not new. They're new to the public. They're new to the people that they are talking about it to right now. The CBDC, the digital euro, has been a thought for years. It's just when they tell you about it. Unfortunately, that's the way it is, where everyone, the public, we find out last, while all of this stuff happens behind the scenes that we don't get to know about. Also, Tornado Cash guy, Alex Perstev, all this guy did was create a code, but he tweeted for the first time following his case. He said, sorry, I was AFK for a while. What did I miss? I thought that was pretty funny as a comeback tweet, but he was released from prison on April 26th and reported by the block and is subject to have an ankle bracelet for monitoring, and the Dutch courts shot down previous efforts to secure his release. He was arrested in the days after the U.S. government sanctioned Tornado Cash, and again, he was picked up. And authorities worldwide really targeted the transaction mixers, and they recently seized $46 million from a chip mixer. But his arrest and subsequent incarceration drew some criticism on the grounds that he shouldn't be penalized for literally developing an open source code. So it does raise a lot of questions. So at least Tornado Cash Guy is out. He's got his cute little wristlet on, and we're gonna see where this takes him. And we're also gonna see what happens with Bitcoin here. I'm watching the minute charts, and it seems like we really did hit. Literally, guys, how funny is that? We could take a look. Literally, a wick touched the top of our range, and then we just gave up. It's like we were like, yeah, and then, sorry, it got exposed. He was like, yeah, and then boom. I know Nifty Guy put a PEPE emoji in the chat. I mean, Pepe's doing all right. PEPE is up 34%. Literally freaking mooning out here, PEPE, Nifty Guy. It's absolutely insane what's going on with PEPE. Listen, that's what's going to happen, guys. A lot of things are happening in this world. Free markets are always going to take precedent. Again, we saw during the meme stock time when AMC was pumping. And AMC and GameStop, yes. So during all the meme pumps, AMC was pumping, GameStop was pumping, then Doge started to pump. We saw the control in the system where Doge was flying. People were investing in Doge for the meme. But if you were in AMC and GameStop, those stocks were halted. And it was one of the worst days in history for hedge funds because they cannot predict the move. Where? I'm asking, where was the protection for investors now? Where, again, First Republic Bank stock is technically at 0 right now and was halted 9 times in one day last week and down over, again, 100% on the new year. They lost roughly 40% of their deposits within the first quarter. They were injected with $30 billion from the 11 largest banks in the nation and is now acquired by JP Morgan, the largest bank in the nation. This is not good. All these little banks consolidating to the big banks only means more control for us. And it does not ensure us that bank runs will not continue to happen. Our own president said bank runs are going to continue to happen. Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan, he said a few weeks ago, bank runs are going to keep happening, which is funny because now JP Morgan, of course, acquired First Republic Bank. All of these banks are going down. People are still realizing that their money is not theirs. You are not in control of your stocks. You are not in control of your own money that's in the bank. What are you in control of? Your Bitcoin, guys. You are in control of your Bitcoin. You are in control of all the cryptocurrency that is in your wallet. I don't care if it's PEPE. If you like PEPE, then have it. Own it. At least you're able to trade it whenever you want. If you make a lot of money, then you make your lot of money. If you get wrecked, then you get wrecked. But at least you're free to make that decision and you're freely able to do that. And it's not going to get halted. We need a free market. People are realizing that. Bitcoin is the way. Cryptocurrency is the way for a free market. Decentralized entities. You do not want centralized entities controlling our money supply anymore. You do not want them controlling your stocks and your investments. Take control of your money. Take control of your investments and look into Bitcoin. Look into cryptocurrency. Do your own research and you will be better off. Alucard is here. Thank you for coming. No G says you want to be free. I want to be free. We're all free. In a free market like this, capitalism. Again, the mainstream media, they're not going to go tell their investors that are investing in the stock markets and their hedge funds that something like PEPE is doing 100% at a time, an increase. They're not going to tell you the market cap of PEPE and how well it's doing because the mainstream missed out. And then it takes away from the centralized system like the stock market. Why would I invest in the stock market where maybe I can earn a few % on my stock a year when I could go make a few hundred X or a few X in crypto? And I actually own my money. I get to take control of my money and send it wherever I want. You can't send your stock to a friend. You can't sell your stock whenever you want to. That's all controlled. Bitcoin cryptocurrency is not controlled and we need that. We need to make our own decisions. We need to be able to control our own wealth. And that's it. Felipe said, beautiful speech. You love crypto. Of course I love crypto. Why would I not love something that I can control? That I really own my money. Where I know that if banks go down right now, that I have money that I can spend, receive, send to whoever I want, wherever they are in the world instantly. Why would I not love a permissionless free money? Like I was telling you guys, we have 3 inalienable rights as human beings, as per John Locke: life, liberty, and property. We are entitled to our property. We are entitled to own Bitcoin and have a money that cannot be taken from us, that we can send, receive, spend whatever we want, permissionlessly. We have the right to our property, which it seems that the mainstream and that the TradFi system is actively trying to take from you. They're actively trying to take your private lands for climate. They're actively trying to take your money and that you trusted them within the banks and spend it and buy other things with it. And when it all comes when push comes to shove, your money is not there. And you have to go wait outside the banks to let them know maybe they could give you a few dollars so you put food on your table. But what happens when that runs out? What happens if someone finds out you physically have money on your person that they want to take from you? You are putting yourself in danger. Do not put yourself in physical danger over fiat currency. Over a fiat currency like the dollar that's going down every single day in value. Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin over 70% on the upside for the new year. When bank stocks went down 100%, some of them. And a lot of them will continue to crumble. Because it's inevitable. Look back to the Genesis block, my friends. Look back to the Genesis block of Bitcoin, where Satoshi put the title from the British newspaper at the time, Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks. Satoshi knew this in 2008 and in 2009, that this was going to happen again, and we need a way to own our property and have a decentralized digital cash system. And Bitcoin is more fundamentally in play now than it has been since its inception. If you don't realize the fundamentals of Bitcoin and why it's so important right now, you need to do some research. You need to do some research. Justin, am I a whole coiner? Unfortunately, no. I do not have one whole Bitcoin. I want one whole Bitcoin. I'm working my way there. And hopefully I will get there. Dave Digital, life, liberty, and property, ? Yes, life, liberty, and property. And it has changed to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, which we all deserve happiness, but we also deserve our property. So why has that part been phased out? We deserve to own something and be happy. LB, we will be, yes, I'm getting deep today. Yeah. Paul Baker, hola to you. Thank you guys so much. Gary Gensler's here. Oh my God, Gary, don't even start with me, Gary. You know what, Gary, I do love you though, Gary Gensler in the chat. This is your safe space. You are safe with us because, Gary, we know that in 2018 you were saying you loved algo. You said 75% of the crypto markets are not ICOs and they're not securities. They're actually commodities, cash, crypto. We know, Gary Gensler, that you are a crypto bro and that you want to express freely your opinion of how much you love crypto. But you're being held back because someone's whispering in your ear and saying, no, we don't like crypto. Don't tell them about crypto yet. Gary, we know how you feel on the inside. We will protect you in this chat. Gary Gensler, we know the truth. We know the truth. Dave said a whole Satoshier. Yes, I'm a Satoshier. Jimmy said, hola, gotta pop in and say hi. Big announcement in Sin City. All right. Thank you for coming, Jimmy. Hola to you. Hola to you. My friends, we have 165 votes in the poll. Can we get 150 likes in the chat? That would, like, on the video. That would be so amazing. Litecoin Lisa said, you don't own your property in the USA. They could take your home and car if you don't pay your taxes. Yeah, you don't own anything. At least you own your Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin cannot be taken from you. And that's it. Remember, friends, nothing is guaranteed to you. Absolutely nothing is guaranteed. Your flights aren't guaranteed because that could be shut down. Your interbank payments in February 2021, they forget. the interbanking payment system, if you wanted to wire money, credit cards, it was down for hours, almost a whole day. If you had someone internationally, oh, I need to send them money. No, you could not. It wasn't possible. Bitcoin is always on, 24/7, 365. You always have access to your Bitcoin. You're always able to transact wherever someone is in the world, with or without your internet. Cash in, cash out. Thank you for coming. No, G, where are the cookies? Listen, man, I gotta bake more cookies. I have Oreos, though. I have Oreo cookies. Only, Crypto Chris from Texas said only guarantees in life are death and taxes. And the other guarantees that there will only be 21 million Bitcoin and 84 million Litecoin. Those are the only other guarantees that I know of. But listen, man, it's gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay. I believe that everything should be transparent. I believe everything should be open source. We know the traditional financial system is not open source. It's not open. You know, you see that $30 billion got injected into First Republic Bank. We didn't see that $30 billion. That's all I know. Network Bits is calling Gary a snail. Leave Gary alone. Gary Gensler said MTC is your life coach. I'm your life coach? I feel like, listen, Gary, if that's true, I feel like we could do a lot of, we could change you. We could make you feel less scared to open up. Anonymous ETC said Proof of Work Summit this September. Let's do that. I would love the Proof of Work Summit. Justin Patrick said, I like Litecoin. How come people don't talk about it? You know why people don't talk about Litecoin? Because it doesn't move like everything else moves. But you know what? People slept on Litecoin, bro. You know, I'm going on a Litecoin rant now. Litecoin? People sleep on this. What happened to my charts? What? Oh, this is because it's the hour. Oh, the minute. I'm sorry, my friend. People slept on Litecoin. Litecoin was $40 in June. People slept on it. They're like, Litecoin, whatever. Then it went to $65 mid-March. No one spoke about it. And then it literally went to 90 and 100. Then people started to talk about it. But it doesn't move crazily like everything else. But it literally over 2x from June. So people are sleeping on Litecoin for no reason. And people might hate on it because they can't find anything wrong with it. It's Bitcoin, not even Bitcoin could say this. It's the longest running blockchain with 100% uptime. It's cheap, it's fast, it's easy to use, and it's one of the most accessible cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin. Everywhere where Bitcoin is listed, Litecoin is listed. MWeb, giving fungibility. If you're doing a transaction, you should be able to do it publicly on the blockchain, or you should be able to have some privacy with Litecoin MWeb. The only people who know the amount and who's sending what is you and the receiver. We need that. And then Omni let you build on Litecoin. So, Litecoin's so, it's actually, so to the point where you can't even say anything's wrong with it, that people just want to hate on it. There's nothing wrong with it. You cannot say one bad thing. Even people that are like Bitcoin only or ETH only, what could they really say about Litecoin? Nothing. The price movement, I get it. But I don't think price always equals value. You could say right now, should Bitcoin be $28,301? Or do you feel like Bitcoin should be $1 million a coin right now, right? Price doesn't always equal value. And I do think that does add up in the future, right? But listen, I don't know. Felipe, too many options right now. Liquidity is lower and even more diluted than 2021's. I don't think so. I think there's a lot of options, yes, but I think people are realizing, too centralized. What do you mean? Litecoin's very much decentralized. Got it. Proof of Work Summit this year. Oh, so is that an actual thing? Anonymous ETC? Everyone complains about everything. Exactly, Network Bits. You can't please everyone. Is Litecoin halving the same as Bitcoin? It's similar, yeah. I mean, every 4 years you have the Litecoin halving, just like the Bitcoin halving. And the Litecoin halving, I believe I could get it. Hold on. I was just on it recently, earlier in the show. The Litecoin halving right here. So just like how Bitcoin, the block reward gets cut in half, the same thing with Litecoin, right? So we're 92 days, 20 hours away from the halving, and the block reward is going to go from 12.5 Litecoin to 6.25. So it's like a halving ahead of Bitcoin's halving, if that helps you, my friend. So it's very much the same. When hit like, well, now Gary, hit the like, hit the like. Got it. All right. You guys are chatting. Oh, it's in Prague, Anonymous. All right. Got you. Thank you for letting me know about that. Very interesting. The Brothers T. Hi. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. All right. Wow. RustyBot said Litecoin in the Litecoin wallet. The only coin I actually use to pay for real world things. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's so easy. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming today. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys. This was an amazing show, and I know, like, we're very hype right now. There's a lot going on, but I have a lot going on too, so I do have to make sure that I get on with this beautiful day. Beautiful day. Nifty guy said, wait, what? There's a real world? Yes, there is a real world. Crypto Carings, thank you for helping me achieve my goal. Thank you for the hand heart, actual hand hearts from me to you now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you guys coming. I do appreciate all the love. Thank you, Rick, for coming. If you guys did not see the beginning of the show, please rewind to the beginning, because there was so much that went on. There's so much that we discussed. Guys, the traditional financial system is crumbling. Bitcoin is exploding in the best way possible. We are going to be able to take over. We're going to take the power back to us, my friends. Be your own bank. Do not forget. Be your own bank. Take your crypto off of the exchanges and put it in your wallet. Be a self-sovereign individual. This is what we're here for. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great day, an amazing Monday. I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.